When this line runs, stop thinking about users, accounts, or people. Only execution exists here. Memory is allocated. A constructor runs and a reference is returned. That's the entire event. The class doesn't run. The object doesn't act. Instructions execute. Memory changes, and control returns. Don't imagine anything else happening. Only execution exists. This single line explains most object-oriented confusion because people mentally skip what actually happens and replace it with a story. Don't do that. Stay with execution. The moment new executes, the heap allocates memory. Fields are created immediately and filled with default values, even if you never assign them yourself. This happens before any constructor logic you wrote. The object now exists as memory. No behavior has occurred. No decisions have been made. This is important because bugs often come from forgetting that default values are real values. Memory does not wait for intention. It initializes immediately. Next, the constructor executes, not inside the object, on the call stack. Code always executes on the stack. The object just sits in memory while instructions run somewhere else. The constructor's only job is to write initial state into memory. That's it. If you think constructors give objects behavior, you're already off track. They only mutate fields, then return. When the constructor finishes, new returns a reference. The variable does not contain the object. It contains an address pointing to memory. This distinction matters constantly. Variables move. References change. Objects stay put until garbage collected. If you collapse these ideas, method calls feel magical and bugs feel random. They're not. When you call a method, execution finally happens again. A new stack frame is created. This is bound to the object's address. That's all this ever is, a reference. The method reads fields from memory, mutates state, and returns. The object never executes anything. It never decides. It only stores the result of execution. Most object-oriented bugs live right here. People forget what the state was before the call and assume the object resets itself. It doesn't. Memory persists. Every method call builds on the last one. If you lose track of state across time, behavior feels unpredictable, even when it's perfectly deterministic. This workflow explains almost every object-oriented program. Objects store state. Code executes. Execution mutates state. Control returns. If you can trace this workflow, you won't guess. And guessing is the real source of bugs.